Hello there, and welcome back to Yggdra Union! Last time, we went through quite the crowning ceremony for Yggdra, huh? Especially with the interruption by Roswell and the Valkyrie, which left us with quite some questions as to how she managed to enter. But I'm pretty sure you can figure it out. If not, we'll get it revealed to us later. For now, we continue our journey to the land of the sleeping dragon. In chapter 7.
Upon the coronation at the Nacht altar, making Yggdra the 32nd monarch of Fantasynia, she took the deceased Joheim's words to heart and led her troops to the imperial capital of Flarework in order to stop Emperor Golkassa's mad ambition. At the Fantasynian border where Canossa Road ends lies the fortress of Ishnad, protected by Baldus, the god of war. This impregnable fortress was an unavoidable barrier on the road into the Empire's territory. Baldus sensed the royal army's movement and placed the court magician Yudi at the cannon. He led the elite Guardian Knights himself and formed an indomitable formation before the fortress's main gates to await the royal army's arrival.
Canossa Road, battlefield number 35.
Princess, the fortress of Ishnad is just past here.
Grant, she's not a princess anymore, remember? She's the queen now.
It's all right. Please continue to call me Princess.
Won't that set a weird example for the other soldiers?
Only when the war is over and true peace arrives, only then can I call myself Sovereign of Fantasynia.
Well, if you say so. You're the queen. I mean, princess.
Imperial units are stationed in front of Ishnad. Baldus' Guardian Knights are protecting the castle gates.
The god of war. So, Bronchia's shield has taken defense. The Guardian Knights are known far and wide as elite warriors.
Sheesh, we're already off to a rough start.
General Baldus, it's the royal army!
So they've come. We must hold this gate. Stamp them out, men!
Take fortress of Ishnad Southgate by defeating Baldus, which is quite a tall order considering his strength. But first things first, which I ignored completely because last time was a story chapter. This is current Yggdra. She got quite a power boost from her coronation ceremony, and she got 2 new skills. She lost the good against golem skill and the dark element weakness. In exchange, she's now immune to status ailments, and she has the always A skill. Very fitting for a queen, and a very good skill to have. So now you, as long as you have Yggdra on the lead, you can use any card you want in terms of ace. As for her stats, well, as you can see, she got a significant boost to Gen and Tech and Luck, and I believe her attack stat remains unchanged. I will have to check out, but I can't be bothered. Either way, she's going to turn just like Milanor and have all her stats maxed out by the end. Not to mention that she doesn't need anything now really other than any item that boosts her attack. Such as, for example, something that only boosts attack. like this. The hoof shoes are enough to boost her attack because her gen and tech are already good enough. As for new items, first we have the Revenger. The blade we got from the last map. It is okay. It's better used for restoring morale. However, you can also use it on Russell if you want to. Not that you need to use it on him, given that you won't bring him to many more maps because Yggdra is better. That being said, the other item we had last map equipped on Yggdra was the Miracle Tiara, which grants the gauge fields effect and boosts all stats, and it was only usable on the last map. It is a story item. Last thing I want to mention is that you always get the Revenger. The foe you face is always at 1 luck, so she will always drop the Revenger. You always get this item. The only bad thing we got from the last map is the fact that Yggdra is at 990 morale. Quite a nasty parting shot from her. So I suppose I'll have to heal it up. With what is the question? The 4-leaf clover? No, I mean Yggdra won't really be fighting, so I can take the chance to use a less used item, such as the Sun Orb. Buff boots? No, it's important for later. Cupola statue. Is there anyone who likes the Cupola statue? Absolutely no one, not even Nietzsche. So I can use it on Yggdra. I just want to recover her a little bit since she won't be doing any fighting this map. Or at the very least, she won't be losing any fights this map. Durant's sturdy as ever. And I actually need him for something. So I'll give him... what is a good item to give to Durant in this map? I have many stat boosters to use. First of all, the Bananango. Once he manages to reach 3 luck, I can boost it to 4 and that's good enough for him. Maria Bible. Void Holy. And lowers attack, which is terrible, but it might be what I need. No, it's not. Iponki? The Iponki might be exactly what I need. Yeah, let's go with this. As for Milanor, he needs nothing, but I might as well use the... Not the Burning Sun, where's the... Inferno? No. He'll wait, no. Hammer of Ruin, no. Morale up slowly. I mean, he won't be really losing anything. The hoof shoes. The hoof shoes. Okay, yes. I've never done this. Normally I let Durant pick up the item that needs the horse movement. However, Milanor can do it as well, so I might as well try it out. because normally I end up using the hoof shoes fully at this point of the game. Huh. Normally play a more min-maxing style, so the use of the Keyblade and hoof shoes is completely new to me. You learn something new every day. As for Yggdra, actually, what is the Nana's candy? I want her to recover her morale slowly. And my other units will be boosting all their stats instead. And that doesn't need to come. She will be using only one item, the forbidden fruit, but later. Also, she's a vegetarian, so she cannot use the dragon steak. It'll be used by someone else. Who needs what? I guess Nietzsche needs a attack booster. Do I have one? No. Well, the Kalinka Berry is a random stat. I want the Lacan's medicine on Cruz. And that's all he needs. I could use the Bananango. No, the Dragon Steak. I want defense. So that leaves me with the Bananango, the Kalinka Berry, and the Walnut Bread. The question is who? Do I get any other attack boosters? I do. One of them. But it's much later in the game. I would much rather... I might as well use Kalinka Berry to boost Nietzsche's attack. Rosie doesn't really need anything, like I said, she's good enough as she is, she only needs the experience. And there won't be much experience to get on this map. That only leaves me with the Baranango for Durant and the Walnut Bread for someone else if need be. I guess Russell. Russell could also use the Baranango, but whatever. No need to overthink it. Because they will be... It's a bit of a waste, but I want these guys to be on the losing path. I want Russell and Nietzsche will have to take losses. And Cruz as well. However, if I can take the losses with Durant, it will be better. This map is... I spent a lot of time in preparation, but that's because this map is atrocious. But I'll get to it once I start the map, and I think I will. This looks good to me. I need Steel, Crusade, or newest card. It can only be used when Yggdra is alone, and only when she's the last unit standing, and it grants you an instant win, on top of bonus damage. 50% I believe it is. So you're always dealing 90 plus 8% from Yggdra, that's 98 damage. Guaranteed against your enemies if you win with Crusade. Plus minus the ability difference. It is a really good card, and funny enough, you want to use Crusade by using Yggdra alone. You want her to be with little to no other units, since only she can use it, obviously. My other cards are going to be your typical cards. In a way, Crusade is a better revolution. Medusa's Eye, Chariot, Bloody Claw. I need movement. Thunderbolt, I guess, a bit late, but I suppose I could train it. Okay, let's start this map.
Damn it! There's a cannon mounted on the wall!
Those gates are the only way through. Charge!
Whew. Mild recovery. Main boost. That's 3 more. 1, 2, 3, not enough. But Durant, he should lose. Yes, because he's on grass terrain while the others are not. This should work. Okay, so the first thing about this map is that this map sucks. It is absolutely terrible. Previously, I think I said Lombardia is the second worst map in the game. That is a mistake. Lombardia is the 4th worst map in the game, and this is the 3rd one. And the map after this one is the 2nd worst map in the game. Why is that the case? Well... I suppose this could be viable. Yggdra can take 1 loss. And the same goes for Nietzsche. Funny how that works. Yeah, the Dragon Stake. And take a Linka Berry. Also, Baldus has no dialogue to give since he's not meant to be reachable by anyone except Durant. Anyway, might as well try this. This is pretty good. Regen, pretty decent. And hopefully for attack. Nietzsche will try this. Oh, it's sticky, but yummy. I say it for attack. I say it for attack. For attack. I'll try again next turn. I'll try anything once. Blah! This is disgusting! And fellas, after a Power Fruit and a Lacan's Medicine, finally Cruz is usable. Not good, usable. But hey, all of this looks pretty good. Like this, like this. I guess I should move Nietzsche in the way in order to tank at least 1 loss. Yeah, looks good to me. Before I engage combat, let's take a simple look. This is current Baldus. He has maximum gen. 6 gen. Extremely high. And he has the ability to block charges. So that means if I attack him, he won't. I am unable to damage him. And he's free to retaliate. Hence why he's called the Shield of Bronchia. You cannot charge into him. He's pretty much unbreakable. The only thing that can defeat him is a maxed out Milanor. And even then, that is still a dicey endeavor. Wait, can I go with Yggdra like this? And leave Baldus to Milanor? That's... No. Well, not unless I do something else. Okay, I have an idea of better positioning. Which is half the fun of this game. Yeah, oh, that worked out. Since Mjolnir against Baldus, and I still lose like I wanted. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have enough movement. They're bulky enough to take losses. And of course, the always saves from Yggdra putting in work. So, why this positioning exactly? I want Yggdra, Nietzsche, Durant and Russell to lose, on purpose. Because it is absolutely necessary in order to progress this map. This map only moves on to the next phase once you lose 7 times. You heard that right. You need to lose 7 times in order to progress through this map. Thankfully, all the units are pretty strong, so farming losses is not the most difficult task in the world. Nevertheless, it is extremely annoying and I hate it. This map is absolutely awful. You have to lose on purpose, otherwise you cannot continue the game. And the game never tells you this, of course. You're meant to experience it yourself. The only redeeming factor is that the Guardian Knights are on roads, so they are not easy to take down. So if something as terrible as this is already... Oh wait. Okay, good. Minimal moral damage. If something as terrible as this is the third map in the game, you can only imagine what the second and first ones are. Not only that, not only are the 7 losses necessary, this map is actually worse on the PSP version as opposed to the GBA one. In the GBA version, you need to farm 10 losses in order to move on to the next phase. With that being the case, why then will the GBA be better than this one, the PSP version? And the PSP version onwards? In this case, the Nintendo Switch one? Well, that is because you can actually win against the Steel Knights.
I challenge you.
Normally, all of the Steel Knights, including Baldus, have Head Protect, which means that no matter what you do, you cannot defeat the last unit standing. So it is a guaranteed loss.
Stand your ground.
So farming the 10 necessary losses is merely a matter of taking your turn and the enemy taking their turn. You immediately move on as opposed to having the possibility of winning, which Durant is doing, exactly what I didn't want to happen. Yeah, that one was quite risky. Thankfully, I managed to lose on time.
I'm not holding back.
So yeah, that is one thing the GBA is better at. The fact that these units are actually invincible, instead of giving you the false hope. Because you can simply send Mjolnir alone and... I need to sit in charge. You can simply send Mjolnir alone and win everything and never move on to the next phase. That is entirely possible. Especially if you have a no battle penalty item, such as the headband, or whatever the name was called.
Alright, here we go!
The other thing about this map that makes it awful is the fact that obviously you can never defeat Baldus. So if you want the Mars shield, you need to steal it. Otherwise, it is never obtainable. Thankfully, Mjolnir always has... Well, Mjolnir should always have 6 tech at this point of the game, so it's not the worst thing in the world. The only tedious task is getting the setup.
Got it!
But yeah, I will win this engagement, especially because Baldus is not standing on road terrain, but rather fort. So he easily loses to Mjolnir. And it's quite funny, if you lower the opponent's attack, or rather gen, they can begin losing head HP before their last unit falls.
There! Get lost!
That went well. But yeah, defeating Baldus there is not good, or rather it's not optimal, because you want to lose. They can take a loss. I'll simply do this. Hey, what's this? Is this thing safe to carry around? That is the Muddy Dove. Another item you already know, the dots. You see a cannon, you see a dot, most of the time. Unlike this, I can steal farm losses. If they are suicidal enough to go for Mjolnir, they won't. Most likely they will go for Durant and the rest. In which case, I guess Durant can at least win one. He's allowed to win one. And I end my turn. Guess as much.
Don't fall behind!
Yeah. I will actually let Durant win this. Oh no, he will trigger Ace Guard. That is terrible. Oh, Emperor, protector of many. Victory exists under thy flag alone. That makes it easier to lose.
Good!
Nonetheless, it is quite an annoying task. It is still an annoying task. Because the GBA got it right. If you want to farm losses, make them invisible and make it easier to farm losers, as opposed to having this chance of actually winning and delaying things further. I'll just speed it up, I don't care anymore. Yeah.
Not bad.
Nothing interesting to see in the worst, they're the worst map in the game. I already went through my rant. Might as well speed this up. Not to mention, of course, the fact that I'm being pelted by cannons, which I also forgot.
It's no good, Yggdra. Their defenses are just too tight.
He's correct, Princess. We are outclassed here. I suggest we fall back to the hills and reorganize.
Very well. Everyone, fall back and regroup in the hills.
Good thinking. We're out of cannon range there. Retreat!
Go and penetrate Baldus' defenses, as expected. Oh, last thing I forgot to mention. All the knights here have Moral Protect, so you can never defeat them. But that should have been expected, considering you are not meant to defeat them. still would have preferred Morale and Head Protect instead of just Morale Protect. But whatever, enough rant. Head for the hills.
Hurry, everyone!
Fall back to the hills!
I might as well show this. This is the other reason why this map is terrible. You are constantly in cannon range, so you are meant to be absolutely obliterated. You're absolutely obliterated by the cannon and constantly lose morale. The only redeeming factor is that the enemy has low card power, so you won't take much damage, as I already shown. And the last nail in the coffin to make this map. The other ugly thing about this map is that you need to move all 6 of your units to these 6 tiles right here, making you waste a lot of time and a lot of turns on all this nonsense. Just absolutely terrible map. I'll fight like this, and I guess Nietzsche cannot withstand, but I want her to fight. Nope. One run on the road, and I want everyone else there as well to help fight against these guys. I suppose Nietzsche can take one loss. I'll try anything once. This is disgusting. If I do this, no. That means I'm wasting one move. Not ideal. Like this. Because I want... It's fine, it's whatever. If I do this, then I have to move someone else away. Or I can move Milner here. But then Yggdra is... I guess it doesn't matter for Yggdra being alone when you have Crusade. Yeah, this works.
I challenge you! Good!
We are victorious! And with that, the ambusher goes down, right? Yeah. Minimal experience. Who is the boss of these guys? It's that hunter, because he is the one with the medallion. Either way, the Steel Knights attack Yggdra and she wins with Crusade. Time to showcase that insta-win card. Do not be fooled. La Pucelle is unbeatable, especially with 6 luck, meaning she is very unlikely to be hit by a critical hit. Now that I have moved on to the next phase, I have no reason to let myself be defeated. The only real weakness is flash attacks, but Steel Knights have low luck, so they won't do much. Many flash attacks. And instead, we get to witness the beautiful Crusade animation 5 times in a row.
Oh miracle, unveil yourself until the war ends.
Let light shine from above. Yeah, that's 50 from Crusade. Or in this case, Jihad End. So 40% from Head Alive, 50% from Crusade. Which is a funny thing considering I remember it being different. I was pretty sure Crusade was actually 120% bonus damage. That is 80. 80 instead of 50.
Don't give up!
Perhaps that was only true in the GBA version, but I have not verified it, so I don't know. Either way, 90% is good enough. Divine Empress, loved by the Phoenix Moonbeams, bring light to the darkness of chaos. Slash slash. Strike of justice.
Oh miracle, unveil yourself until the war ends.
One nice thing is that I'm farming these guys for card power. How much is it? 35. Which is pretty good. Uh-oh. Okay, I actually lose this one. Strong charge, the other weakness. It's fine, we can take 2. We have the morale.
I won't give up! Don't give up! Oh, holy sword, answer me!
Athena the Creator will bring us the miracle. Athena as in the creator of the Kingdom of Fantasenia. Which, when reading the name of the owner or creator of this card, is when I first began thinking that perhaps all of these cards are named after their creators and their chants. Well, I mean, that first thought only began when I read Paltina, since she's the first empress of Fantasenia.
I won't give up!
Has been decided.
Maybe I should not have moved Miller out of the way. But whatever. since I won't be fighting these guys anymore. I mean, I can let them fight Minonor. Wait, is that enough to defeat Nietzsche? No, Nietzsche has the advantage against the Undine. Okay, good. He's the only one in danger of being defeated. And you cannot let the morale of any of your units reach 0. Otherwise you lose. Another reason for this map to be annoying.
Stand your ground!
But the less I think of this, the better I am.
Good!
Wait, hold up. The enemy has mind change. Tell me she doesn't have enough tech. Twin goddesses, each born with a single wing. With imperfection lies ever-changing hearts. 3 against 3, that should be 1 or 2 HP lost. Not ideal, but... 2. Not ideal, but... with Void Eyes, I should win. Cutting it close. I'm glad I didn't give up. Yeah. Vortec against Regen. They're hitting me with the worst mind change possibles.
You were weaker than you looked.
Rude. Hey, a level. Either way, there is no card reset. And I need to move out of the way as much as possible. I guess it's Dollcraft time. I kill the ambusher. Does Russell kill? Russell is not good against these guys. Then I can move one away. I could let... well, I mean, I could let Minonor face off against the Knights, but I don't want him to get the MVP, since he already is maxed out. I don't want him to deal too much more damage, so I'll just do this.
I challenge you! Good! Can you dodge this? Why you? Why you? Why you? Take this! Why you? Why you? We won!
How much? 3 gen 3 tech, huh? That was 1 HP. So I shouldn't win this easily. Much better luck this time. Either way, with the hunter defeated, the South Army goes away. Factory. I'm just joking. I need as much movement as possible. Can I see it now? Mighty's Forge. I'm an itinerant blacksmith. I go wherever the mood takes me, unbound to any city. I see you have some interesting stuff there. Orichalcum, huh? Must have taken guts to find this stuff. Well, you'll be glad you did. Let me see that. A little of this, a little of that, and hey, presto! There, all done. Take it. You look like you ought to be able to handle this. That is the Excalibur, which grants the Holy Attack Up effect. The perfect item for Yggdra. However, Russell can also use it, if you need him, since Yggdra is already plenty strong enough. This item can only be obtained if you have never reset a map, hence why I always go to title and continue instead of hitting the reset button. Granted, the reset button does make the map easier, but it prevents you from getting this item, and I believe another item later on, but I could be wrong. Either way, the point is, try not to reset, try to never reset a map if you can. Fire! Fire! Whee! Can move. And now I move Yggdra all of the way back. Yeah, the map is already over. I only need to move. Perhaps I should have chosen cards with the movement. They must be asleep. I need more experience on Nietzsche. Yeah. The one nice thing about this is that I'm recovering morale. With Yggdra, at least, thanks to Nana's candy. Nine is enough. Yeah. How much is the... 49. Wow, that is rather much higher than I expected. You know what? I'm farming morale recovery. Wait, is it 49 or 34? You know what? Let's find out. I guess there is not much point since... Okay, there is a point. There is definitely a point, because I will lose all my cards. And there will be a safe spot next map for what needs to be done. That is my last card, so I can't wait anymore. Either way, 5,800 HP. Morale. Absolutely worth my time doing that. Escape danger and regrouped at Regnar Hills.
Is everyone here?
Yeah, we all made it. Alright, we should be safe here for a while.
Their defense is impenetrable. We need a plan.
Durant, call a meeting. We'll hear from everyone.
Excellent, just as calculated. I did get some morale back on Yggdra, so it wasn't all bad.
It won't be possible to simply force our way through.
We're dealing with Baldus here, the god of war, also called the Shield of Bronchia, for obvious reasons. Any defense he's in charge of is guaranteed impregnable.
If I only had the Ankh.
How about attacking them at night? That's what we always did at Marduk Woods.
Some tacticians we are. You're pretty quiet there, Elena. Got any suggestions?
But I...
Come on, you know the area, right? Any ideas?
A direct assault would be ineffective.
Tell us something we don't know.
But there is one thing. A river flows near the fortress of Ishnad. A floodgate was built to contain the water level.
Then how about we open those floodgates? We'll wash out the whole fortress.
Is that possible?
I believe so. The rainy season has just ended. The water levels will be dangerously high.
Durant, what do you think?
I suppose it's worth a try.
All right, we've got ourselves a plan.
Uh-huh. So that was Baldus' impenetrable defense, or known as Canossa Road, or as Baldus Hill 1. Yeah, terrible map, not fun at all, but at the very least, it's the perfect time to use your stat boosters you have been gathering from the last few maps. Either way, we're not done suffering just yet. I'll see you guys next time on Baldus Gate. Baldus Hell 2. Thank you for watching and have a nice day.